All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to go ahead and do a video that was designed to create punch lists on Bluebeam, or deficiency lists on Bluebeam on the iPad. And this was actually put together here in an office session between Matt Simons and myself, and we're going to show you guys what we came up with and what the output looks like. So let's get started. So we're going to open our file in OneDrive. We use the signing and payment marking plans because they have the least amount of markups. So we're gonna go up here to the three dots in the upper right hand corner, and we're gonna go open in another app. In this case, we're going to use Bluebeam because that's what we're gonna do our edits in. This may take a little bit of time because it's a fairly large file. Actually grab the other folder here. Let me see here. Grab the wrong. Here we go. Accidentally hit a button. So this is what happens when you make mistakes. All right, so here's our signing and payment marking plans. As you can see on the bottom of the, let me back this up a little bit. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, there's a little blue tab. That lets you know when there's been annotations or markups to the plan sheet. So if you hit this, it's going to show you everything that's been done to this plan sheet. And if you select these, so these are just RFC stamps that were made on our plans. So anytime I select one of these, I can go right to whatever that markup is. So in this case, Matt went ahead and he created the last markup. Apologies for how this is working. This is what happens when you have too big of hands for this. So he has this Matt sign knocked over. So he added this image, and we're gonna go ahead and do kind of the same thing. We're gonna just create something here just for the sake of doing so. So up here on the top, here's your toolbar. This is going to give you the options of all the setting options that you have over here. So it's going to let me hit the camera. It's going to let me take a picture. We're going to use that photo, and we're going to place it right here. So now the photo has been added to our plan sheets. So if I double click on it, I can add this, and we're going to say this particular comment, we will say punch list trial. All right, so now if I click this, if I come down here from the bottom tab, hit this bottom tab again, now I have something that says image from my iPad, and it gives me the page number. So if I click image, if I double click that, now we're gonna call it punch list. All right, so that's trial punch list. And now we're gonna say status. So if I double click the status, I can hit accepted, rejected, canceled, completed, none, not confirmed. So let's go with, we'll say completed. Let's say completed. All right, so now this is done. So what we're gonna do is we're going to upload this to our OneDrive folder. Let's see how this is going to work for us. The open in feature doesn't seem to be working with me too well. Maybe I'm just doing it too quickly. No. Now we're just doing a save as. There we go, now that we've saved it, so that was my problem, didn't save it. These videos are going to be very, very raw and show you the errors and mistakes that I made. So we're going to open it in OneDrive. I think this is taking it to my other OneDrive. It's not in my project files. Let's see here. No, it should be OneDrive. All right, now the folder's in our OneDrive. So we will just double check where that ended up. That is not the version there, so it came into here into files. And I don't think it came to where I wanted it to. Let's see, no it did not. So this came into my overall filing system. So it's now just in my OneDrive file as a whole. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna, so again, hitting the three dots on the right hand side, we're gonna go move. And then we're gonna take this to this project. And then we're gonna go to deficiency lists and we're gonna move it there, which is the same folder that we were in before. So now I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go deficiency list. And here's the second one that was added 2 minutes ago. And this will be our file. Now I'm gonna take this away for a minute and then I'm going to show you what happens on the computer version for this file and what this looks like. So we're gonna pull the iPad out of the way and I'm gonna switch over to putting this on my laptop or my desktop screen here, which is considerably higher, so my apologies for the video quality. But as you can see here, the same files are here and this one was uploaded just a minute ago, so we're gonna click that. So, and I again apologize for the quality. This is what happens when you look at the screen from these angles. So at the very bottom of your screen in Bluebeam, if you guys aren't familiar with this, there's a little toolbar here. If you click this separation, it will show you all of the markups, similar to what you did in the iPad, and it shows you all the markups that have been made to the plans, and if you click on them, it takes you there. So we're gonna come down here and we're gonna show trial punch list. So the trial punch list, and it shows me all the details here. Or I can also drop this down and I can right click on the photo and select properties. And over here to the right, if you look over here to the right hand side of the screen here, you'll see it serves iPad, trial punch list. You'll see the details of when it was modified and you'll see the notation that I put there. But the important part for the desktop user is this. So we'll close this up over here. When you're looking at this bottom tab again, so we go down here and just left click that, you see these trial punch lists. So the important factor here is we can go over and you can filter this list by people, by date, by status, whatever you want. So we're gonna go to this little box and arrow here and we're gonna do a PDF summary. And it gives you all these details about where you're storing the file. Pay attention to this, the export file, where it's going to. and then the name of it. You can change the name, you can do different things here. So we're just going to select OK for the purposes of this video. There is 165 items in here because of the RFC stamps that we will flatten later and remove, and only have our own markups on this. But what I want to show you is how this exports for a printable punch list that you can provide to the contractor. So now this is the PDF printout that you get. Let me back this up a little bit so you guys can kind of see. You get all these details. We're just going to jump ahead to the last two things that we have on here, the very last page. So you have Matt's that he did previously, sign knocked over, the page label, who did it, the date. All this is auto completed except for the subject. And then status, it was completed, set by Matt's iPad on 6/10. And then same thing with mine. You guys saw me take the photo, trial punch list, Herb's iPad, 6/10/22, completed by me. I marked it as completed, punch list trial. You could easily export this PDF and attach it to your weekly progress meeting minutes, so everybody has a copy of these items and then when they're completed. So these is a very valuable tool because I put the comment of the punch list trial. It says so over here. So if I were actually to put comments in the plan, when I put it in Bluebeam, I can put the station, the offset, direction of travel, off the travel way, whatever information that you would possibly need. And I would have something that I could export and provide to the contractor in the weekly progress meeting with minimal effort from the office and very accurate, detailed information with photograph and then the location of where it was in the plans. I hope this was helpful to you guys. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to email me, hpotter@adaptivece. Thank you.